Remember, we went to the game that Franklin and Garfield played Ingram and Nathan Hale, and we both lost. And everybody was running around the streets, and this group like I don't know, Franklin nerds rolled by, and they was hanging out the window going, "Hi, neighbor." And we thought they were saying. I said, wait. Oh, I know them guys. And there's a little Asian kids in there. And they run around, "Hi, neighbor." I said, "Oh, girl, you better knock that shit off." Because these boys from Garfield and Franklin don't play that shit.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to another episode of Black Men's Conversation. You know, I almost forgot the title of that.
It was old black men.
That's right. Old black men. I am your co-host, David Harold Dudley III, a.k.a. Sonny, a.k.a. Delightful Dave, a.k.a. a.k.a. Sweet Sonny. And you are?
I'm still the real Cliff Barnes. And we're here today with our special guest, another old guy who we knew when we was all young guys, Mr. Jake Walker.
Well, bam, 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 bam. Sorry, audience clapping.
That's us.
Cause see, I actually didn't give all your aliases.
Oh, no, I'm
like
glad
him.
you didn't, cause Shaky Boo, I am so
No, we wasn't going with that. We was gonna go with
Boy Wonder.
Jake, no, we was gonna go with Jake Jr.
Walker the third. Jake Hughes Jr. Walker.
Jake Hughes Jr.
Walker the third.
I got your cards from
You still
high
got the
school.
card?
Probably.
I don't even
got
have
a bunch
that
of
no
them.
more.
So what's up, Jake?
So,
Well,
yeah.
you know, what I've learned so far is that I'm lousy in bed and girlfriends are definitely out of the question, you know. And I don't preach as much as I used to.
No,
You used to preach?
Yeah, you know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What church?
It wasn't no church. Electric church.
Church of the streets.
Yeah, electric church.
Remember our other co-host who's no longer here at the moment because he was
Right, the street philosopher.
he was the street philosopher, so this was the street preacher.
What's the difference?
One tell you,
Depending on what school you went to.
yeah. One will tell you what not to do, and the other one will tell you what you can get away with.
There you go.
You know what? That was a very precise breakdown.
exactly what it's about.
You want to sum up a book right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So you ready to say something before we started rolling?
Well, no, and I was just thinking about a few things that were happening when we used to call you Dudley Do Right back in them days and stuff. And that thing with you and Tyree. Oh, Clark, that was Clark, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, you really are getting old.
I mean,
I'm not as old as that car you had.
Tyree was the taller one.
Okay,
Yeah, Clark was
the one that kept jumping off our balcony.
That's what I hear.
That's the only image I got of him.
I was in New Orleans when that was happening.
Oh, you were?
You fell in
Man,
love.
No, I know, because he was in love with, what's her name?
Naomi.
Yeah, and he kept trying to impress her by jumping
Jumping
off the
off our
second story
balcony.
balcony.
yeah, I remember that. I remember, and it was like, what are you doing?
He
was
said, I can do it. And he only had so much space to land on.
Yeah,
We were just waiting for him to break something.
It
He
was
never
like
broke
about
nothing.
8 feet.
But that's the wrong one.
Clark, what is
Clark was the smaller one.
What was Clark's
Tyree was
nickname?
taller with
Clark was
glasses.
something else.
What?
What was Clark's nickname with us?
He really didn't have
I have no idea.
I thought
People
we
called him a lot of
Peabody. I
things.
thought we called him Peabody or something like that.
People called him a
Because he
lot
had
of
them
things,
big
but
old
I don't know
glasses,
if anything
turtles.
stuck.
Wasn't it turtle?
What?
With them glasses, turtle.
I can't
I don't
remember.
remember that.
I'm
remember
trying to remember the name of the cartoon character that was a turtle that wore shades. I can't remember it.
What?
Tennessee tuxedo or something like
Tennessee
that.
Tuxedo was a penguin.
Oh man. The mind goes first, right?
That's why this podcast is such a gem. Old black men conversation. It's okay. Let your
I had a
mind.
life once. You know, I had a life
I remember
once.
them days.
I remember when we could fish off the pier.
I know, we did.
Did you catch anything?
Yeah, crabs.
And,
I'm sorry. The setup to that, we can fish off the pier, caught crabs. The setup was amazing.
no. We would go down there because see the thing is, it was the piers and you know and like now everything's containerized, right?
Right,
So,
right.
but they used to have those finger piers,
Right, I
and
remember.
we go out the pier and go right to the front of the pier and we could fish off of the pier.
Right. You
I
just need
actually
a triple
remember
hook
those.
and some
Yeah.
bacon.
And then and that way, but then once you get the fish out the water, you had another 20, 30 feet to get up to the
So
dock.
you gotta reel him up kind of quick,
You
you
got
know.
to-
You gotta be working it.
You guys ever had a bird come by, take your catch?
No.
What we would do is like, there was these ugly little fish that was not good for hardly anything, but they would bite like that. So we catch the bullheads, they call them bullheads.
Yeah.
And we catch them puppies and then put them on the end of the dock down there so the birds would stay down there.
Ah,
Right? You know, 'cause
Dig
we
that.
had,
We had a little brain back then.
we had, you know, we had our little,
That was
I remember
that
we-
was before, right?
before what?
All the acid.
What acid?
just once we consumed.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Mr. David H. Dudley III, the king
I don't even bring
of
that
non
up.
sequitur.
I remember the first
Look it
time I
up.
took that. I hated taking it.
What?
I'm messing around with Skeeter down there at Seward Park,
Okay.
and you know.
Oh, was this? Oh no! Wait! Is this when you? This is an acid thing. Don't just get me confused.
I guess he picked up what he put down.
Yeah, he did.
That
He
acid-
did. He was talking about the acid, and so he was
That was
answering
my
that.
first trip. That was my first trip on it and stuff. And
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
I went to told me I was having a good trip, but I didn't see how a good trip was looking at the lights and watching them go.
Apparently it was. You
I
survived.
look at the walls and they bubble up like
No,
that.
well, see, but see, the definition of a good acid trip,
Was the visual?
you survived.
Yeah.
Oh hell, I
Because
was going to survive regardless. But
well, no, that's the whole
first time
thing.
I ever did. I was up for 14 hours, man. And Jimi Hendrix sounded good.
Always did.
I put the record on one day and I looked at the record player and the record was warping and stuff. But when I put the needle on it, it was just playing just as clear as day and stuff. I understood
yeah.
everything he was saying.
It was weird.
A couple times in there, I was a little spooky. I was like Richard Pryor, kind of forgot how to breathe, you know.
Okay, wait a minute. I just want to chime in. I've never done any of that, but I've smoked some strong weed before, and I've had moments of where I was like,
That's what I do.
"What are you?"
Wait, I know I'm breathing in. I'm breathing in.
What am I
But
supposed to be doing? Oh yeah.
That happens with weed. I mean, once you get started good, you're about in the middle of your weed trip.
yeah.
I mean, like about 2 years into it, that's when that shit started happening. Like,
Oh yeah.
was I breathing? Am I breathing now? You know?
You know when Clifford fell out in the house?
Wait. That was. Oh no, that was the pipe. It wasn't. I mean the horn. It wasn't the face mask.
Clifford was on the
Clark
floor
fell out with the face
and he was
mask.
going.
And I'm tripping out.
in the
I left the room and went and sat down and said, okay, I go back in, you'll be all right. There's something wrong with it. I go back in and it's still doing it.
Wait, Dave, you said, "I'm gonna let him trip. I'm going over here."
That's what we did, you know.
But in the end, when you finally came out of it, right? It was like, so man, what were you doing? What were you thinking? He said I was on Rainier driving.
Driving. We thought he was being Godzilla.
Well, he knew. He said I was driving and I was scared for my life.
Godzilla don't drive.
You did drive.
Godzilla didn't drive. He would just jump and
Well,
fly.
But that's what we thought.
Godzilla float?
Because back then,
He
you know,
floated too because he came from under
we
the
thought
sea.
he was
I just
having some
thought
kind
he
of
walked.
short man complex or something. And he was just, when he passed out, he thought he was Godzilla because he was going like he was gigantic, man.
Hey, that's okay because I remember a couple of times when we had the gas mask, and I think it was Clark. And Clark was in there, and it was like you can see the smoke coming up in the big old eyes of the gas mask, and so his eyes got really, really big. Then they disappeared because the smoke came up there, and so then took the gas mask off, and he said.
Funny.
Oh
What
man!
funny.
Oh man, yeah. But no, there was some times where things would just happen and stuff.
And that was back in the day too, when
No man.
23rd Avenue revolt, and then that moved to the U District. And we took up to the U
The
District.
U district, well, that was a whole different thing.
Yeah, that was the burn the bar up. See it?
No. Okay, the U district thing was behind.
It wasn't Larry Ward.
Rumor has it. No, there was a kid that was selling drugs, and 2 undercover cops caught him. So he just pretty much ate everything, and then they just kind of like tussled him around a little bit until he threw it up.
Oh, okay.
And then so all these students that they was around there, and they was like, dude, so they attacked the cops. The cops was like, officer in trouble, officer in trouble, and they was
I don't
boom,
know
right?
how we got
And
involved in
then-
that thing. That was
And
during
the
hippie
thing
movement,
is though, it was a perfect thing for even amateur rioters.
Yeah.
Because they was redoing University Avenue, and they had big piles of rocks
Everywhere.
like 8 feet tall, just big piles of rocks that they were going to put in, and so it was convenient. People go, they just start hurling rocks, and then that's when they had the pepper fogger.
Pepper fogger.
Yeah, they had a machine that they would stick out the window and drive around, and it was steadily pushing out tear gas. And it was just
helicopter on
fog.
23rd.
It would just fog,
Helicopter on 23rd when Jesse said, I can't see you, my eyes.
Oh yeah.
And we were the only ones that threw rock.
We were not me. We were
He said stop.
no. You know what happened? Okay.
Remember when Garfield did police?
We were at Garfield.
Yeah,
right?
right.
Don't you remember what happened?
I remember throwing a rock
They
at him.
fired a tear gas pellet. No, it's the pellets and the guns. Like they had the grenade, but they had the fire, and it came up over the thing, and it landed on Gary's thigh.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Right.
Oh,
No, we got to ride home with him.
That's why everybody eyes started burning.
Yes. He had the thing. It hit. It was like perfect. It just came down, and we're sitting there, right? And I look up, and then boom, and it just, and so we all like, it was tear gas, but it didn't do anything but just I guess
Soak into his
absorb
clothes.
into his jeans.
Now that you said, you made me think of something.
And so we were.
Mandela
Yeah.
got me drunk
What?
for the first time.
Who?
Wait, I got you drunk?
Yeah, we went to the party.
For the first
You
time.
remember? Look, and there was hardly no men in there.
Negro.
But there
What
was
party
women.
was- what party
So
was that?
what did he do? He went to the table, and the table was full of liquor, right? He starts cowboying, right?
No, that was Gary.
No, that was him. That was Gary was at the
Oh,
chamber
that was at
party.
Chamber. Oh,
Yeah.
you mean at the house
House
party?
party,
Oh no, did you?
Yeah, he started cowboying.
Oh, you won't remember though.
But I started cowboying because y'all ended up putting me in the back seat of the car that day.
Yeah.
When I woke up in the morning, I woke up with hors d'oeuvres stuck to my face and everything because I was drunk in the bed. I put the covers over my head. I must have threw up in the bed. And I woke up, the whole bedroom was stinking. We had to take the mattresses out.
Fortunately, you was on your side. 'Cause if you'd been on your back, you'd have been
I'd
like
probably-
Hendrix.
Yeah, I wasn't going to
And
get
drown.
like Hendrix. That's still a rumor.
Everything's a rumor unless you was there.
Well,
they
Jimi Hendrix
saying-
was a rumor?
Yeah, they're saying that them people for
No, not Hendrix. The way he died.
you know, the way he died, they said that, you know, they were always beefing. He kind of went out the way Otis Redding went out, you know.
Airplane crash?
They said they came in because they were talking, you know, private.
But Otis Redding
industries.
was in an airplane crash.
I know, they crashed him.
Who? Oh, they
crashed
crashed
on the
him.
road in Otis Redding, but they forced stuff down Hendrix because he was already drinking and hot. So they wouldn't take much more pills
Well,
and drink
well,
to
you
pour
know.
down
And then they put him on a plane,
Once-
crashed the plane?
No, they didn't put him on the plane. They just left
No,
him
he
in
was
bed.
saying they crashed the plane.
So, but you're saying basically he was killed.
He was killed.
Okay,
They said the
Hendrix.
same thing
Well,
about
there's
Hendrix
a
was
but
killed.
that there again another conspiracy theory because the only people that would know, one of them passed away in the ordeal, and the other one was in the room with him. All the rest of us can only speculate and hear
The
and
last
listen to what
girlfriend
she
he had,
said.
the last girlfriend, she was white, right?
Really?
Remember?
No.
Y'all don't remember?
No.
Yeah, I
She came
remember.
out when they did the
I
documentary on
remember,
him.
but my
She
thing
came out
was,
and said, you know, yeah,
but my thing was, weren't they all?
what, hi?
No. His girlfriends weren't they all white?
No. He had a black one in New York.
But he was hanging out in Europe.
Yeah, well, yeah, in Europe.
Well,
where
that's
his
what I'm
action
saying.
was. He could get half.
Well, they were
Yeah.
saying from what I seen, he only went back to Europe because they forced him to. He was
They
forced
who?
to do it.
Who? First of all, who is they?
Whoever they is.
Who was managing?
I've
Whoever
always
was
been
managing
because
his
people
stuff.
are always saying, you know what they say.
No.
Who
Well, I think
the hell
I
is
think
they?
those they are different than the they that are pushing. But I think they, in general, is society and them. The internet, as
Whoever's
it would
in
be said
power
today.
right then, who's ever in power?
already-
But yes, but if you're talking about an artist and you
Right.
say they're
They-
making, you're most likely talking about management of the label.
Right, exactly.
Or whoever it is he
Because-
works
because
for that's
dude,
like, you ain't getting shit.
Charles Chandler, who was managing Hendrix up,
Right. Well,
up
Hendrix
to
was
that
gonna
point,
get out his contract.
used to be in the Animals with Eric Burden, right?
Right.
So he's managing Hendrix, and Hendrix kept saying, "We'll come back over here. We'll
Right.
get you this.
Yeah,
we,
well,
blah blah
yeah,
blah."
we can get that
and
out
Hendrix
now.
in New York messing with the brothers,
Right.
saying, "This is too relaxing. This is too much fun. I don't want to do this."
Right,
And they
exactly.
found a way to force him to go over there, but he did it begrudgingly when when he's over there.
When he's over there.
So I think they got him out of New York so they could kill his ass.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. You know. I don't believe he's
Conspiracy
just,
theory,
'cause I-
roll on.
And I don't believe in conspiracies.
I don't.
Well, wait a minute. How you? Okay, now
No,
you
wait.
cannot believe in conspiracy theories, but a conspiracy, by definition, is nothing but a plan.
It's what you was
A
just
conspiracy
talking
is just a
about.
plan put into action.
Yeah.
So
That was what
conspiracies
you
is absolutely real. But when we
Yeah.
think about it in today's sense, we're thinking of the boogeyman behind the scenes
Right.
pulling the strings. Which I'm not saying there ain't. I am a conspiracy theorist.
It's just
You
like
think
the-
Tupac was a conspiracy?
I don't think Tupac dead.
I don't think it was a real person.
You don't think he's dead either?
No.
You think
He
he's down there?
I think he's a Kill the MC. This rapper that's out and he's in a group, the Jurassic 5, and that is Tupac in my head. He's got the same teeth structure, the same nose. He's like, I ain't got no tattoos. When you zoom in and they do the enhance, you can see where one of his famous the head of some god, yeah. You can see the erase marks, and I'm like, I don't know, bro. Now, of course, conspiracy theory, I get it. What I believe is he's alive.
Hey, well, you know, it would be.
They had like a double for him, you know.
That's the other thing. I think that these celebrities that are big do have doubles, and
So
okay,
that
I'm about to get weird because I believe in celebrity cloning too, but that's just me.
So that means Biggie's still around.
See, I think I know I sound crazy.
I think Biggie could be around and somebody not know it.
So here's the thing. There's
Well, if he
that
had
group.
A double, if he had a double and they sent the double to Vegas and he wasn't there, the double's the one that got killed and got all
This
the
is true.
funeral and the whole thing. If he has a double,
Well, how does Suge Knight mix into all that? Yeah.
Well, Suge Knight actually said Tupac wasn't dead. He said a couple times that Tupac wasn't dead.
Yeah.
But I'll say this: that group that I'm talking about, Jurassic 5, that I killed, it's 5 dudes. Another one of the dudes in there looks and has the same everything as Tupac's old best friend when they were younger, and he apparently died too. A third dude in the group, who actually people are saying is Biggie, is a big dude, but he slimmed down. But some of his eyes and his cheekbones, it'd be like, hey now. So I'm just saying,
if you got that kind of money, you probably can, you know.
Well, you know,
Why wouldn't you?
I don't
Because
know.
you don't have no fear. You're supposed to be preaching the
I
thug
would've-
life. I'm the
I
thug
would've-
life.
I would've-
you know?
If
I'm not stirring the nut.
if I'm about that life and got that money and know there's people out to get me, and I got some money, Negro, I'm going to set something up so I can be gotten rid of to the general public or to the
Yeah,
world.
but the problem is, pissed me off is I couldn't have as much.
Well, you can
That's-
still be
that's
you,
true.
but just in
Nuh-uh, I'm
another-
sorry, I couldn't. Cause see, I feel a lot there. It's like I can't stay into hiding.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay,
I have to be.
but see now it's hiding with a glimpse because for what I'm talking about, these guys have had plastic surgery.
oh yeah,
So-
of course. So,
They do look different. It's just things that you look like, be like, hey,
but
wait
I
a minute.
still couldn't be me.
True.
See,
Yeah,
true.
And it's like so far.
be myself.
All
out there
the
in that
life
world.
I have behind me, which is much more than I have in front of me, I had a great time. And if I'd have had to not be me, I don't know if I'd have had as much fun.
Yeah. Because you think about Tupac, they said, I think he was 24. No, Biggie was 24. 26.
26, something like
I mean, that's not a long life
No.
behind you at that point. But
No, but-
given where guys like Tupac and Biggie were
Yes.
in their life as far as money and fame and all this stuff and all that weird shit that comes with it,
And then
I could see them saying, I don't want to do this anymore.
But also
Yeah.
the life,
You
also
want
the
that
life
out.
they led
Exactly.
prior to becoming who they
Become your-
became.
Yeah.
Because they was, they was gang banging and slanging and doing a whole
Uh-huh.
stuff. So that I didn't have that kind of life. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I enjoyed what so I wouldn't
Yeah,
want to change
Didn't want
and
to be
not
in no
be.
set like that.
Right.
you know.
And they
That's
always
all
remember
part of it.
Tupac had this whole Machiavelli thing where he said over the raps, I could die and you'll never see me, but I'll be living my life. Shit like that.
Yes.
Like, hey,
Yes.
he
Yeah. Somebody
he's been
else
saying it for a long time.
He might have been telling y'all,
And the whole thing of Machiavelli is being dead and come back to life.
Oh yeah.
But,
Yeah, he did. That was his last album, wasn't it?
yeah,
Machiavelli.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I just think about that stuff and the royalties and how money is still going to his estate and stuff. It's like,
Sure.
he could still be eating very good off of Tupac.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Plus,
they're all gonna
Plus
eat.
he might have had a chunk put aside just for this
Telling you.
purpose.
Yeah,
Well, let me see. I could
If they
a few
I
million
want
here, a
resilient,
few, and-
residuals off of
Right,
that.
well,
You think about Michael Jackson? I think he could have faked it. Actually, I don't think Michael Jackson did. I think
Well,
Michael got out of here too.
What about Prince?
See, now Prince, I'm on the fence because I could
Yeah.
see Prince on the same, like, I'm out. But Prince also hadn't been in the well, I don't know what he was going through personally.
Yeah,
But Mike was going through stuff publicly, and I think he was like,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
And he has the money to be able to disappear.
And Prince does too, and I think Prince was going through. I think he always had a identity crisis, as far as am I black? Am I white?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. Am I straight? Am I gay?
Am
I think he had that whole thing.
Am I tall?
Am I
No.
short?
Yeah, I think he knew the answer to that one. said Prince put some heels on. He got up to a 5'4".
But no, the whole thing is, he used to always wear them high heel boots and stuff. And like if you walking around, okay, cool. But when you on stage and you jump off of a stack of Marshalls in them heels, after a while, that's gonna start affecting your
Legs,
joints.
right? Yeah.
So then you start doing what? Taking painkillers. Then the painkillers put you to sleep. So you say, well, I'm gonna take something to keep me awake. And then, I've been up 3 days. I better take something to put me to sleep. And it's a never-ending cycle until the drugs win.
Yeah, they
They gonna win.
They gonna win.
Well,
Keep doing it.
if you're doing them on that scale,
Yeah.
you know, because I mean,
That's what they said happened with Michael. He was just doing too much.
well,
They say I think they said where it started is that Pepsi commercial. Once he burned his head off,
he started taking these kind of things,
and they talked
then-
about the surgery that he had. So after what happened is they put like a plastic bubble inside of his scalp.
Inside, yeah.
So to this, or till the day he died, he had this plastic thing in his head that would vibrate in order to keep his shit together. But he was like, I was in so much pain. Then he said that's why I initially started doing drugs.
So he's walking around vibrating in the air.
I'm saying,
I mean, he can do
Only
it.
you can't see it
He's
because
making it
the
harder,
drugs-
because you got to deal with frequencies.
well, it was
Facebook.
plastic as
You know,
opposed to
that had to
metal
be
plate.
messing him
Uh-huh.
up.
What? Frequencies.
Yeah, methodical notes and stuff. Cover know what I'm talking about. The notes itself is
well,
the
the
frequency.
thing is,
That's what gives you
in
that
the
groove.
in the percussion instrument, you have the vibrations and you do have frequencies from the notes and like a piano.
And so somebody's
A
playing
piano
some
is-
music, and
a
all of a sudden
piano-
he's saying, "Damn, I can feel this." You
You
can.
can feel it.
You
A
can.
piano is a percussion instrument because you strike it in order for it to get
the
sound out of it.
Now, with
So-
woodwinds and stuff like that, saxophones, trumpets and stuff like that, they can hit the note.
And the notes but the deal is if you got a reed, that vibrates to make the sound.
yeah, the reed vibrates on
Yes.
the sax. Just
Yes,
I played that.
when
the
you start
clarinet
playing with
sax,
frequency, that's what that.
the woodwind instruments, they have a reed and the reed
When they were talking
vibrates.
about what's that? The MK.
You know.
What's that thing they're doing with the mind now?
MK Ultra.
Yeah.
I mean, that was back in, what was that, like the 70s, 60s when they started with that?
I don't know.
I
What are we
thought it was
talking
The
about?
government. Are you talking about drug? The
MK. Oh, what is it?
It's like they're controlling your mind. It's,
Yeah,
yeah.
Mind
Well,
That's
they
control.
all
always-
deal with frequency.
That's why they always talk about why don't we start putting chips in people, and they starting to put chips in babies like they put them in pets.
They got a thing
Right
where
now.
you can, for jobs, they'd be like, we're
Yeah,
gonna chip
put it-
you, and you can do that and get your little snacks out of the.
Yeah.
Man, if you don't get out my face.
You're already did that.
I
You don't know what
want
they
people to
putting
put
in.
anything else in
I
my
was
body.
about
God
that
put
or
it
the
out.
nanobots. The
God.
nanobots.
Well, that's what them people were saying about.
They called it the stem cell.
But that's what they were saying about the vaccine.
Uh-huh.
That there was nano bodies, nanobots,
Yeah.
little
And-
microscopic sized machines
Uh-huh.
Mm-mm.
Go in there and repair.
that when they injected it would go inside your body and do various things. That was
they
one of
would
the
act
things.
like antibodies.
Well, no, they just walk in there and they just start taking over vital parts of your body. Eventually, they get up to your brain and they can control your mind. This
So
is
that's
one
what
of the
Elon
theories.
Musk was saying.
One of
that
the theories,
he
yeah.
don't want the AI theory to go
But that's
through,
what a
you
lot
know?
of people were saying as far as why they wouldn't take the vaccine.
Right.
And the other one was, what was it? It changes your skin color, and then
what? I don't know about that one.
It could be true, too.
it makes you magnetic,
Yeah.
and then and so I'm talking to this kid, and he's going, yeah, man. And they be tracking you down and knowing where you are.
Yeah.
And he's saying this while he's holding a cell phone.
Yeah, they're tracking you on the phone.
They
Yes.
can track you down.
Elon
you
Musk
got the
is saying
phone.
that now that we're more dependent on AI, like in China and stuff, he's mad about that eye recognition stuff. You
Oh
know?
yeah, they
I
got
mean,
they got iris recognition. They have face recognition that they're trying to implement so that you don't have to have keys, or you don't have basically you just go in and the thing
look
looks
at
at your irises and they let you in, and then you already got phones right now that fingerprints
So
will
he
lock
said-
and unlock them.
So he said that if
Yeah,
AI
but
take over,
that don't
they'll
work
be so
because
far ahead of
they
us,
always
you
got to
know?
go back to something else with me.
Well, I don't know.
I always go-
thumbprints. They
Yeah.
use
No,
that.
but that's what you put in other words, now you just swipe it and then you got your little thing to do to lock it and do to unlock it.
Right.
Well, instead of do, you just thumbprint.
Thumbprint or put your face up to
And
Which
it.
they
then it won't
like I said-
open unless it was your thumbprint.
Yeah,
It won't
no,
unlock.
what happens is you go back to the beginning. That's what it does to me. I go, bloom, doesn't recognize me. Bloom, well, what's your code?
Yeah, yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, so-
Why use my damn code? I could have used it in the first
In the
damn
first
place.
place. But no, I don't. I don't like all that kind of stuff.
And
You
then
know?
what that Elon Musk is trying to get everybody to back up out of.
Well, they had all that
They
stuff in
think
the
it
sci-fi
should kill
movies.
Twitter and what's the other one?
You know what?
Elon Musk.
I know what a good thing for Suge Knight is.
What?
A contract to take out.
Take out who? Wait, what?
What are you?
what?
How that fit in there?
What are you talking about?
What take
What did you do in the bathroom?
Oh, somebody put a
Well,
contract out to
Musk.
take care of
Oh,
him.
that shit. That's
Nah,
crazy.
well, you know.
That's the only way stuff's gonna get solved. Otherwise, we'll be paying $1 million.
There we go.
Wait,
again.
okay. I'm still trying to catch up.
Really?
We're talking about Suge Knight,
Yeah.
Right.
and he must go.
Some,
What you saying?
No,
somebody should hire. He's
Suge
thinking
Knight.
somebody should hire Suge Knight. Put a contract out on Elon Musk, and Suge should be the one that would
Execute.
execute
Okay.
the
That'd be
execution.
because they
Well,
make
that's why they
perfect
did.
partners.
Okay.
That's why they keep telling me on the VR that Biden had to go to the hospital.
When was that?
When
He had to
isn't
go to the
when
hospital.
isn't it?
I mean,
When?
He's
I
always
guess
going.
now.
Really? When'd you see it?
He's
I'm
always
hearing
going.
the conversation out there.
That he has to go to hospital for
Yeah.
what?
He couldn't stop Putin.
I had to do it. I had to set it.
Hey, I was like, okay, I'm sure. I was like, okay, he already went, and maybe he's joining in. Let me just be quiet. Let me not try to be so serious and wonder what the fuck may happen. Because he was still
Like what we were talking about out there about no way Noah could be black.
Who?
Noah.
Oh, why?
Because there's no way he could be on the boat for 40 days or 40 nights and didn't eat them 2 chickens. And they came up a pig short. Because he couldn't have no eggs but a bacon.
Yeah, but he don't eat pork. He don't eat pork.
No, he was Jewish.
He ate them 2 chickens.
Well, they had to be kosher, so he had to have a rabbi to bless them.
There's brown chickens. And that ain't kosher.
Brown chickens?
How do you spell that?
Of course there's brown chickens.
Well, that's kosher.
Okay, you remember when they used to have, like they had barnyard porn?
Uh-huh. Barnyard porn?
Yeah. Don't you remember the theme song?
No.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Oh, yeah. Brown chicken.
See, I'm a year older than you.
Yeah.
But you don't remember half of that, huh?
I remember none of it.
The first year, nobody really remembers the first year. It's in your mind, but you don't remember it, and you couldn't express it because you was only a tiny tot.
Oh.
But theoretically, every experience that you've had from the time you were born is stored in your mind somewhere. But we don't have the capacity to access, most of us. There's some people with ESP and all these other wild things. You know. But
I got ESPN.
Well, yeah. I got ESPN.
But speaking of Tiny, I saw
Wait,
Tiny
what?
Tim was on TV the other night.
Tiny Tim?
Yeah, I was
Who's that?
tripping. No, well, he's some kind of
Rerun?
Tiny Tim. They had. I guess his wife was still around.
It was somebody. And they was doing tip to him. They was sitting there in the
Tiptoe through
bandstand and
the
everything.
tulips.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that was a trip.
Wow. Well, he could still be alive. I mean, he would probably be.
Yeah, he
like,
could have been one of those frozen people. You know
No,
what I mean?
but he would probably be like in his 70s or 80s.
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
it's
but-
not totally impossible that
but
he
had
may
enough
still
money
be
to where
alive.
they could have, and they was hippie enough to where they could have frozen him, and then unthawed him,
No, now you're talking Walt Disney.
whatever.
Yeah, that's what they did to Captain America.
Yeah.
Well, he was already naturally frozen,
Right.
and they unfroze him.
And
That's
then
right.
folded him and brought him back and made him a super soldier. But no, allegedly, or rumor has it, that cryogenics was just in the beginning stages.
Yeah.
And so they froze his body, or maybe just his head, I don't know, cryogenically, and
Is this like Timothy Dahmer stuff?
no. Anyway, after so many years of research, and they could find out what he died from, and there's a cure for it now. They're going to unthaw him, give him the cure, and then Walt Disney would be walking around again.
But why would they
Rumor
only do
has
the
it.
head?
Because you could always put on another body.
Frankenstein, man.
Now see that to
What?
me, that is just totally crazy.
Well, yeah,
they
but the
talk
whole
How are you gonna put a whole different head
because
on any kind of body?
because right
trying
now,
to take
okay,
that in grade school.
The
Don't
head
you
and the body
remember the
don't go
song?
together.
He said, "I woke up a white woman."
Don't you remember the song? Don't you remember the
but
song?
no,
They
what
tried-
they're doing now is they're able to fuse nerves and actually do that kinds of surgery, microsurgery, and so they could take a body and put a head on it and then connect everything from the brain, because the brain is essential. Everything that you do comes from your brain.
What if they get a headache?
What if you get a headache?
Yeah.
Then you take aspirin,
But no, and if you got a different head on a different body,
right?
how's it gonna translate? I mean,
Well,
that,
once they connect your neck.
Because they connect everything.
yeah, but it's still not the same.
No.
It's a different body, of course. It's not the same.
They're trying to
But
teach you
also,
this.
as
They
I
were
said,
teaching this since
but also
childhood,
as I
man.
said, it could be just his head, or it could be his whole body. And then once they get a cure for what ailed him, they can unthaw him.
Well, what
cure
if
him,
what
and he can walk
ailed
around
these
for it.
people was just old age?
I know.
I'm like, I don't know how you you know, because you think about Walt Disney. I think that he did say something when he was alive along the lines as he would love to be frozen, but he didn't. He has a gravesite. But
Well, that don't mean
it's-
nothing. I know a lot of people got
Actually, that's
empty
true.
grave sites.
That's true.
Because we haven't exhumed them and found out if there's anything in their graves or not. You know,
Right.
I mean, you could have
How they keep burying people? How do we still have grave room on Earth?
Because Earth is big.
You're right. But I just think of these cemeteries and I'll be like,
But
how
they-
you ain't full?
But they move them.
See, that'd be the bullshit. Move them where?
No.
Don't they, but don't they do bodies on top of bodies?
Well, that's a mausoleum.
Yeah.
What was it? What, in France or London?
No.
Catacombs?
Remember the graveyard on Graham? That's no longer a graveyard.
Right.
They took all those bodies out and they put them somewhere else. But occasionally they left one open because Joe fell into it. But that's a whole other story. But yeah, they do. They
What
move.
happens if you get an eviction notice and you're in the grave?
Hey, well, I guess they let
Just put all your stuff out on the
I'm
sidewalk.
saying, I think that they should bury people standing up.
Right.
That way you
They
can
can get
get more bodies in there.
Well, yeah, because you do already dig down 6 feet.
I'm saying. And-
But aren't the
Except in
boxes
New
more than
Orleans.
6 feet?
well, okay, so yeah. But so you think of a grave plot sits depth of 6 feet.
Right.
How long is that?
And wide width, you'd have to have a certain amount, and then you just stand them up and put them in there.
I assume like 4 feet width by maybe like 8 or 9, and then 6 deep. You could get 1, 2, 3, like 3 or 4 in there comfortably.
You could probably get as many bodies in there as you could get in the trunk of an old school Cadillac. Rumor has it.
Well, I mean, without the casket, maybe. With the casket,
No, but in the old school Cadillacs, that's what people do. Let me see in the trunk. Open the trunk. Yeah. Okay, that'll work. Because they want
that actually
to put
is
bodies
weird.
in
You think about that.
Vertically in the doggone.
No, the
casket.
thing is, I personally would probably prefer to be cremated,
You know,
and that takes.
I had a question about that.
But that takes the worry of if I'm not dead, but I appear to be, and they bury me.
Hey, you trying to get out?
No. So this will end all of that. All of that.
You
So
give
just
me-
put
you
me
give
in
me
the
permission to
crematorium
finish you.
and put my ashes in an urn, and then scatter them somewhere. I haven't decided where.
Why
but-
put? Even bother putting them in the urn? Just get you a Ziploc bag.
What was said?
Recyclable bag.
Tony Baker said, he said, throw me in the oven at 350, man. He said, cook
Well,
me up.
your boy Willie Nelson said, burn me up, roll me up.
Roll me up and smoke me. That's going to be so unhealthy for whoever chooses to do that.
And then you have these the ashes and stuff, you know. Yeah, and then there'd be some wives that would say stuff like, Harvey, remember that blowjob you always wanted?
So I'm at work at Boeing on a Saturday, working overtime, and my lead is this older woman named Dolores, or yeah.
Said her name. I mean, psych.
Oh, wait.
So
That wasn't really her name. Anyway.
So she's sitting there and we're working, and she says, "Well, I finally got rid of my third husband yesterday." I said, She goes,
got rid of
yeah. I drove up to the mountains and just dumped him out there and left him. I said, "Oh." She goes, "Yeah, it's really strange." She said it was kind of weird. I had him in my trunk for like 3 years, and I forgot he was there.
Oh, man, say that again. Say the last line again.
So she would, okay, go ahead. Say that again.
Was in the trunk
In the trunk of
for
her
the
car.
last 3 years, and she forgot.
She forgot.
She forgot he was there.
Yeah. But,
And so when she went up to the mountains, not to get rid of him or anything,
but
and
she-
opened her trunk and said,
there he was.
"Whoa, well let me."
Yeah, man. I can always use this jar.
And that was the sentence exactly.
Oh, this would make a nice vase. I can put flowers in here. Get out of here, Harvey. But anyway,
So much on the death part.
huh?
So
Yeah.
much about the death
Oh,
part.
I know. I mean, but the thing is, death is part of life.
Yeah,
It always
it
is the
is.
same
It is.
way. Always is the same way. So we have to talk about it. Can't be afraid of it. You can't worry about it.
The continue. We need
Yeah,
to think
it's-
more
it-
of the continuation.
Yeah, it's more like
you know,
Michael
that
Jackson
energy
and his
transfer
kids.
to that next plane
Michael
or whatever
Jackson
is
and his
happening.
kids.
Right. Now we talk about his kids. We don't really talk about him.
Oh, well, we don't know that much about his kids because they be keeping a low profile.
Yeah, but not low enough.
Well, they every now and then, like they come on, they go, "Oh, it's so and so's birthday," and then they'll do a little TMZ thing on it, or one of them Entertainment Tonight shows, and shit. And that's all you hear about them. But you don't hear about, like some of these celebrities. Every week they got something.
Like the redying.
They brought it back.
They brought it back so we can kill him again.
But no, the whole thing is, it's like people. There's a lot of people in Hollywood who you don't hear about until like they make a blockbuster movie or a Grammy Award winning song or whatever. You don't hear about them because they ain't clubbing.
Yeah,
All the time. So you got people that just live in Hollywood but don't assume that Hollywood lifestyle.
Right. They just do the work. Good example is his cousin, Joyce. Remember Joyce?
Oh yeah.
Joyce, when she left here,
EJ.
some kind of way got into the movie scene, the stage scene. Has been making movies for years, but she's not a big star. But she's good enough to work consistently.
Well, sure.
That's all an actor is. Even
Yep.
Denzel Washington, Sam Jackson said it the best. He's like, yeah, people say, why do you do these low budget, corny looking movies? He said, I'm an actor and my job is to work.
There you
Like, it
go.
doesn's matter how much I made on the last movie.
Nicolas Cage did a movie about that.
Who?
Nicolas Cage. He did a movie about his
Yeah,
movie's called Nicolas. Oh wait.
It's called.
But he uses his real name in the movie and everything.
Yeah.
And that's what he was telling to do.
That movie was just like last year.
He
right?
said,
Last- they
I can
released it
do
last
this
year.
line for you. He was trying to interview for a part.
Right.
And he knew the lines out and everything, but he was like over pressuring the guy about getting the part. So he was speaking the lines when
It pays to know somebody in the business.
Yeah, I'm sure it
I
does.
once lost a role because I was too short.
Oh, I couldn't go for the White House.
But I did. I did the lines perfectly, and the whole thing is I was supposed to be angry and stuff, and I was just into it, right? and the woman said, are you okay?
Uh-huh.
And I said,
Thought you was on Rainier, huh?
well, yeah, you said you wanted to get me angry. And she said, oh, well, and the reason was because they had already cast the leading lady, and she was a lot taller than me.
Yeah, so you
And I was like, well, hell, they used to make Audie Murphy stand on boxes. I could do that.
somebody else.
But then it would
That's
be hard for the...
Kevin Hart did that in one of his first movies, Soul Plane. His opposite was very
hard,
tall.
But it'd be hard for the running scenes. And she'd still be taller than y'all running together.
He just got to build a
Not they put
platform.
her on her knees.
Huh?
No, she's on her knees.
on her knees, man.
But
No, you can do
but
trick photography.
But you can't run on your knees.
You can pretend.
Blue screen.
Yeah, that's
Blue
right.
screen. Green screen.
Green screen.
See, it's all about the torso.
Yeah.
That's how they do it when they're running from the dinosaurs.
Well, I guess so. Of course, now the dinosaurs ain't real.
How do we know?
So,
how do we know?
Because I seen how they made the movie. I'm not talking about real. It's probably real. Alligators are real dinosaurs. If you really want to get down. Okay. I mean, no,
People fall in this doggone lake and they don't find them ever. You know.
Got eaten by a megalodon.
You got
or something.
to buy something out there.
And Nessie's supposed to be a prehistoric.
I believe in the Loch Ness Monster 100%. That
Yeah.
looked like a dinosaur that I'm sure is still
Because
alive.
they showed the thing that looked like they had like this, and that's the way
that
it
was a
was swimming.
submarine designed to look like that.
Oh, you think about 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea?
No,
totally
that's
different head.
old. That 20,000 was a good movie, man. Cause he just walked into the city and
I-
just started gobbling up people.
I read the book.
I didn't do either.
He read the book.
I didn't do either.
Yeah, I remember reading the book 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Then I saw the movie and I'm going, oh wow, that's not how I imagined it.
You know what movie really scared me the most
No.
back then? Frankenstein.
You dude! Black and white Frankenstein
Yeah.
or colored
With,
Frankenstein?
No, the
with,
black and white one.
Yeah, that's
when they
the
came
one.
back to the lab and he was gone.
Yeah.
We
What
had
year
a
was
little-
that?
We had a little
Oh,
black
that
and white
was
TV.
that movie was made.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, guys.
I
One at a
think
time.
that movie was made in the 40s,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
we didn't see it obviously till the 50s.
All right, Pop, what were you just saying?
I was saying we had a little black and white TV we set on top of a Motorola, old fashioned record player. And Frankenstein came on, and my mom, as it was just starting to get dark, so you go down to the store to Mr. Rubin's and get this. And I went outside and started to run down the street because it was getting dark, and I just seen Frankenstein. Got to the store, and while I'm in the store, it got dark. I went outside, and I went, okay, how am I going to make it home? And I went to Tommy's house, to the Ferguson.
Yeah, you leapfrogged all
to the
over.
Robinson. I mean, that's what I did. And my mom whooped my butt when I got home because I took so long to come. I took so long to go to walk the 5 minutes from the store to the house. I said, and I told
Man,
her,
that's
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein, no
Frankenstein.
joke.
Man,
So I was so into it, and they said they building the man.
That
and all
was my boy, Benny Kickoff, Boris
Boris
Karloff.
Karloff.
Boris Karloff, man, shoot. But people don't know Boris Karloff or Vincent Price.
Oh man,
Peter Lorre.
Vincent Price. I'm serious. We be in the theater and like waiting for the movie to supposed to be, and then in a minute, Vincent Price would just walk on. He ain't said shit. He just walking
Walk
like,
out.
oh man, wait, Benny, wait, man. You know, and then he had the Dr. Five series. Oh, he was cold,
Oh,
man.
the Price was
Yeah,
crazy.
but you know what? You know what the creepiest person was?
the Dracula.
Was Peter Lorre.
Peter Lorre.
Lorre,
He
Yeah.
was so creepy. I mean, he
With
was
his
a little
big-
short
with
guy
his
with
big old
a
eyes.
flat hat,
They
and
started
big eyes,
using
and
his voice
you
in
felt his
cartoons
fingers.
and everything.
You felt his fingers when he came on.
And
because
he would
was
be
so
like,
creepy. Get the hell away from me.
What shall I do now, master? And then he'd lean over and stuff like Igor and shit, you know. Oh man.
I said they don't know about him.
And
they didn't
now-
know about Peter Cushing. They didn't know about him. He did all the vampire movies.
No, man, the vampire was Lon Chaney and Lon Chaney
Yeah,
Jr.
well, yeah.
No, Lon Chaney was the
They did
Wolfman.
Wolfman.
Lon Chaney
Lon Chaney did the Wolfman.
Yeah, he was a
and-
Wolfman, dude.
And
played Dracula also, look it up.
yeah, he did play both parts. eventually.
Because Dracula came out before the Wolfman.
But he had to go against Boris Karloff.
And also Lon Chaney Jr. was
Yeah.
the Wolfman. So Lon Chaney Sr.
Could you imagine
could have
making
been
a
Dracula.
legacy of being a monster?
Why
A
not?
monster.
Well, you know what? Freddy Krueger, the guy who played him, he
Yeah.
just had a very big cameo in the show that's hot right now, Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had him play a dude who got his face all chopped up, you know.
Right.
But it was like I watched that, and when it came on the screen, I was like, "Ooh, that's Freddy! Ooh, they got Freddy!" and he's older now too,
Freddy
so it's
Freddy
crazy
Freddy.
because he's older and he's got his face all cut up, and I'll be like, "Ooh, Nightmare Before Elm Street all over again."
Uh-huh. I'm telling you, man.
The
But
business
see, the
is
difference now is,
entertainment.
but the difference now is the special effects.
Well, yeah,
Back
because the
in the
business
day,
of entertainment that changed.
back
There
in
was
the day,
real
the special
actors.
effects was in your mind.
Yeah, because there were real actors then. You
You
know,
know, it's just like.
Oh, you saying the actors now aren't real?
I'm saying that they're not like, what do you call them? Character actors.
Mhm.
See,
Yeah.
back in the day, they were character actors. I mean, if you was gonna play a junkie or something
Well,
like that,
yeah.
you had to go through that lifestyle and live. Remember who
Theoretically.
just did that? They went and played
Heath Ledger.
homeless.
Oh
yeah.
no, Heath Ledger dead, but
Right.
because he took his character acting
Yeah, too
Yeah.
far. Too far. And the dude one that got his head chopped in Twilight Zone, what was his name?
Twilight Zone, the movie or
Yeah,
the
the movie.
series?
Remember?
I didn't really
Remember
watch
he died doing making
It's
the
on the
movie.
wind.
Because he was
but
playing that
anyway.
racist part.
Huh.
They thought he got in that character too deep and he got his head chopped off and stuff. I
Man,
believe
that's
bad
terrible.
things happen to those that
Because you need your head.
you need that head, man.
Yeah, you need that head. Wait, what are we talking about?
Just a turtle head. Because they let you at home.
Turtle head again.
Man, we used to really go down the center and shop for those suckers. Remember, that was a thing.
Man, we used to go down to the center and the boy would just sit there and say, y'all can't play no more.
Yeah, because we would beat them for everything on the turtle heads, man. That was
They were stuffed turtles. And then who was that? Was it was Cosby. Back when
Yeah, he was-
when people liked him.
Yeah.
And it was Cosby and he was doing this whole thing about turtle heads.
Yeah.
And they said don't get out the bed because the turtle hairs are around the bed. And they repeat, watch out for the turtle. And so we just started calling them little stuffed turtles that we would win at the fun
And we
forest in the
collected them for
center.
that. We collected them.
We call them turtle
I'm
heads.
glad you're thinking about that.
And
stuff,
then
'cause
we had, and
what
then
you gonna
the
do
thing
with
is,
some records?
remember what?
Them record albums you got.
What about? I don't. Oh my.
Hey man, I tried to get Jesse for his records. He ain't give me no love. I was like, Jesse,
Hey.
let me get some records.
Hey,
Trying to play me.
I got plenty.
They do.
But
I need some. I got like 15.
that
Let's
used
see.
to be
But,
our thing.
no.
We work for records.
Me and Gail used to go to the record store every day.
Pause.
Pause.
Okay.
Play this week,
All right, pick it back up. Go ahead.
Okay, no, the record store was on Broadway. I can't remember what the name of it, but this guy Gary would go in so often. So anytime he got new releases or like demos and stuff, so I'd go in there with him a lot of times, and he'd turn us on to all these albums that, from back east, because it's like, the New York tri-state area.
Right.
Well, if you make a song or whatever, it don't have to go out that area for you to make lots of cash on it, because there's like literally tens of millions of people between Philly, Boston, New York, that whole and
I know we
Jersey.
were searching for it because we started searching.
And
for
so
Jimmy's
then we
stuff.
so
The
we
white
would
covered albums.
we would get albums from back east that this guy would turn Gary on to. I said, oh, well, I need a copy of that too, right? And so then we go up to Cellophane Square. Cellophane Square
that's the one.
Yeah,
was
that's the one.
in U District on
Whatever that
50
cross
Ave.
street is.
It was right. It was the Ave here and
The bookstore up the street.
I can't
and don't
wait.
go down
It was
that with
40.
a
It was
laundromat across
43rd.
the
It was
street.
43rd between Brooklyn and the Ave.
And stuck in the side.
And it's right there, yeah, across from, well, it used to be an Orange Julius. Remember Orange
Yeah.
Julius? Boy, that was tasty.
I don't
Wait, they had Orange Julius back then?
yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't mean.
That was the thing.
Hey, we oranges was invented when we were
I get oranges was round, but I didn't know Julius was doing his thing.
but no, Orange Julius was new. And you could get an Orange Julius, you could get a Strawberry Julius later, and then I think they had like, I don't know, pineapple or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, you can get eggs in them, and that's the only way I ate eggs. It's like, give me a couple of eggs in my Julius, because I hate
I'm
eggs.
glad you
did
said
that.
that because I could
That
start
sounds-
doing
that
that.
sounds a little
It's
crazy to me.
still good.
Why not?
man.
Why would you put an egg in your juice?
Exactly.
Because, man,
Why waste
because, look.
perfectly good juice?
No. What
It's
you
good.
do is you put the powder in, you put the Julius powder in, then you put in your liquid,
Yeah.
then you crack an egg in it, and then you blend it. So you don't just sit there and taste eggs. I hate eggs. That's why the only way I
Well,
would eat
what's
eggs.
the enhancement that this egg
Or
does?
you get
That I
the
can
vitamin
get- that
from
I
the
can-
egg.
Oh,
I
that you
can
get an
eggs.
egg.
Yeah.
I don't eat eggs.
All right.
So that's the only way. The only way I ate eggs is in stuff.
You eat eggs. You eat chicken. A chicken ain't nothing but an egg.
But that's the
We're still trying to figure out what came first.
That's
We're still
the
trying to figure out
aftermath.
what came first, the egg or the chicken.
I don't know.
You know what? After Noah, I think the chicken.
Yeah, probably so.
Everything else was dead, so the chicken was there.
He
Yeah.
didn't do like Adam
And-
and Eve,
and the
just
thing
made two
is-
chickens.
But them chickens probably boned, or what do chickens do now? Laid eggs. Chicken bone.
And boneless chickens.
But no, well then it couldn't stand up.
That's all an egg is a boneless chicken dinner.
But the thing
They
is,
do run around with no head when you kill them and stuff for a long
well,
time. You know?
unless you kill them right,
How can you kill a chicken right?
You ring his
chop
neck.
his goddamn head off.
No, they still run around the yard and everything.
What they said.
No, I
Till they
seen them
bleed
run
out.
around.
Ring his neck.
I seen them run around when you wring their neck, cause like there's
I
an
seen
old
a catfish
Huh?
swim in some hot grease. He
What?
swam. He didn't just bubble up.
Somebody put a live catfish in hot grease.
No, you cleaned him and everything. You put blood in it.
Oh, okay. I was like,
You throw him in the skillet.
what
and
kind of
swim
monster?
around.
So you got a catfish that's got like
A millionaire.
batter on him and everything, swimming in the hot.
And that's it.
I think it was just the fact that
No,
the grease
no,
was
I did
bubbling
it
and it
many
just
times.
made it seem like
I did it
that.
many times. My mom went to screaming
I
one
see-
time in the kitchen.
I
behind
see.
me.
Now there's this guy. His name was Mr. Jeff. He's like the handyman, I think. And so my auntie would say, "Mr. Jeff, go in there and get that chicken ready, right?"
Uh-huh.
And so they'd have a live chicken out in the backyard in the enclosure or whatever, and they'd bring him in. He'd grab that puppy, he'd go, right, and snap his neck. So now you thinking, okay, the chicken dead. Now I'm like 5, 6.
That was cold
So
blooded.
the chicken's supposed to be dead. I see Mr. Jeff ring that puppy, bam, and all of a sudden. The chicken was like hanging all down like this, running around the kitchen out here.
That's how
I'm
they do,
thinking,
man.
wow. But see, the thing is, like a lot of, I don't know, butcher shops, whatever, I don't know, they just chop the head off. And
I
then-
know what I can't eat that I can watch get killed. That's
What?
a rabbit.
A rabbit?
I can't eat him after that. If I see him get killed, I can't eat him.
Well,
So what if we don't see him get killed?
I can eat it.
Then-
But-
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
but-
food then.
but
the
they got
eyes,
them
man.
little pink
Yeah, I
eyes
know the
and the
eyes,
white
man.
rabbits, and they're just
The
looking
rabbit-
at you
the-
so, you know,
eyes,
and I'm thinking you're beautiful.
He just
but they're gonna
It's only a white rabbit till you skin it.
but they're
like this.
But they're gonna kill you. I can't be a part of
I
it.
can't eat that. I
I
couldn't.
well, see, I don't particularly. I
I
don't
mean,
think
you
I
always
like
get
rabbit
friends
either.
with the rabbit first before they kill him. That's what.
Well, that was
messed
the
me up.
problem with kids on the farm. They
Yeah.
would raise these calves,
And
and then the cow, then the calf gets up to where it's a bull, and then next thing you know, it's steaks.
Bacon and steaks. And,
No, you can't get bacon from a cow.
Hey,
I don't know what you give them.
can y'all ever seen anybody feed bacon to a pig?
Not that I can recall.
Just that seems like some
Well, no,
country
but
shit.
a lot,
So
but a lot of animals are cannibals, whether they want to be or not.
Yeah.
In some
They
cases,
get hungry enough.
but then you have like wolves and certain canine animals will eat puppies. If it get down to it, it's like, damn, it's cold, it's raining,
I can't
it's
get over
snowing
it.
and
I
stuff.
can't get over them.
And
just
anything
eating
you
the
can find,
afterburn.
anything you can find in your hunting, you eat it. So if it's a little puppy of your
Suppose women had to
species,
eat the placenta after the baby.
there are some things that people have been doing.
I was about to say, some people eat the
Yeah,
placenta and it is
placenta.
gross. That's
Yeah,
disgusting.
it's nasty as hell in my mind, but like I say, there's been cases where
I
they've
can
been
do
eating
that
it or
one.
experimenting with
All
it.
right, Pop. When I have my first child, we gonna take shots of placenta. You with me?
No. Matter of fact, I'm not even signing this birth certificate.
I was like, I'm not coming to the hospital yet.
I ain't signing nothing.
No, man.
Placenta shots all around.
It's like, hey,
It will not be interesting.
no, man. It's like I cut the cord. They took it away.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm not, because I
I
don't
don't care how much
want
protein is in
to
it.
see it.
There's protein in it.
Of course there is. How the hell?
Look at, I'm not gonna lie, I'm disgusted by breast milk. I'm like, ugh.
How you think
So-
the baby survives for 9 months? That the placenta is full of nutrients. That's
Make a
why people-
smoothie. Make a
What time you gotta go to
smoothie.
pick up the girls?
Oh,
So-
I gotta be there about 10 after.
Yeah, but how long does it take you?
Usually around 12 minutes or so.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
You guys good? You guys want to hit one more topic of something real quick, and then we can wrap it up.
Let's talk about aliens.
About who?
Aliens.
Oh, not
Skinwalkers and
alien.
aliens.
I was about to say, wait, what type of aliens?
Shift,
Shapeshifter.
whatever it is.
What the hell is a shapeshifter?
You don't know about the Skinwalker Ranch?
Shifter.
Oh, a shape,
Shifter.
not a
Right.
shake.
No, not a shake shifter. Although sometimes you'd be dancing back in the day, you look like you were sex shifter.
What is that anyway? Or what is shapeshifters?
Shapeshifters are
People that can take
people that can look. In other words,
look like an
in other
animal
words,
or anything.
in other words, they could look like you and put it in their mind, and then they could be you. For all intents and purposes.
Like Mystique from the X-Men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you probably don't watch X-Men.
Yeah.
Somebody who can just change their look like
But
somebody else.
They can
Or
change-
something else.
And
They
this
can
is a
cha- and
factual
then
thing because
sometimes-
the Indians were worshiping.
And sometimes they
Wait a
can-
minute. It's a factual thing because
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
Indians?
It's not
indigenous people of
Indigenous
America
people of America.
Which
were
one?
worshiping
Which ones?
shapeshifter.
any any tribe, even the tribe of Seattle. What is that one? The Navajos or something
No,
like that?
the Duwamish.
The one,
The Duwamish in Seattle.
Seattle wasn't no
The buckle
Duwamish.
shooter in Seattle. All this whole area.
You know
the
what?
Duwamish-
There's
I don't know.
the Navajos are in Nevada.
No, they ain't.
They are. Well, some of them.
Navajos.
But most of them are still
The
here.
Navajos are from the Southwest.
That's Nevada and around that area. Yeah, New Mexico.
They didn't get killed off? I thought they got killed off.
No, and then you had the cave dwellers that had all them caves up on the side, and so those were Southwest
But I'm
Indians.
just trying to show you
But
that
here,
there's a place
well,
called
in-
Skinwalker Ranch.
right,
And that's where
Stan Walker Ranch.
Skinwalker.
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 Where's that at?
I don't know. I don't watch that series.
Because that's
what
what they were
series
saying.
is
That
it?
even the,
It's a
and
series like the Curse of Oak Island. It's like the Curse of Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they're looking for, but whatever it
But
is,
they say they be seeing it.
anything that has curse on it, I don't need to deal with.
Curse.
That's
It's
yeah.
called The Curse of Oak Island. It's a TV show. And
Okay,
I
now we get to down the facts. I had no clue what y'all was talking about following the beard and everything.
No, but see, the whole thing is,
See, all
the
I
shit-
watch is alien, ancient
ancient
aliens.
alien, right? And
So you know about
and
Perry,
those
right?
people, the ancient aliens. Rumor has it, those people worship those people because, and that the aliens were shapeshifters.
yeah, they were like the medicine.
And what's that
you
thing
know.
in Mexico, the chupacabra?
Yeah, that,
That's a shapeshifter.
I don't want to see that dude.
Well, it's like Bigfoot and Yeti and
See, that's too many.
all
too
these
many
different
monsters.
all these
Too many
different.
monsters.
Hey, wait a minute. Bigfoot real to me. Bigfoot ain't nothing but a big
No,
old.
no. But in the
Yeti.
Himalayas, they
Yeah.
call it a Yeti. It's a-
Yeah, oh yeah, all these different
Yeah.
names. I believe in it.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing but a big
the
monkey.
chupacabra is
Like
the
a
one from
dog, half dog,
in
and-
Mexico
No.
and down Central America. They believe in that, and that's like the equivalent to. You know, and they're all over the country. There's all these weird monsters and
But just showing up like what's that?
and then they hang, and you in the
With the long
woods and you
arms.
see them.
Slender Man.
Slender Man, and
Slender
you
Man.
got the
I think we be watching the same YouTube.
I watch everything on YouTube, man.
I'm with you.
Cause
But it come on cable. I see it.
me and my sister are always cracking up about Hollow Earth.
Your sister's still around?
Yeah, she's here now.
She's here now.
She's here now?
Yeah.
Wow.
And visiting him.
Wow.
I could, my door's open naturally. My sister, we ain't
Well,
worried
yeah.
about all that's left of that family. And when she gets here, that's the only topic she knows: aliens, angels, and
So see, she'd be perfect for my theoretical, my hot box. We're just
she
focusing
likes to
on
have the
food.
pictures of the things she sees. So she got a little paper
No.
booklet already.
You know.
Pictures of what she. But I think it's pareidolia.
No, but no. You see, like when you see babies, like newborns, and you see them staring up into the nothing,
Yeah.
and then they'll sit there and then they'll just smile and stuff.
Like they're having communication.
all
with
my
something.
my old their old folks used to say the baby's seeing angels.
Which my little brother, he used to look up in the corner.
Yeah.
And I'd be like,
Right? And nobody
you
else
just tuck your coat in, like, what's going
nobody
on?
else can see it. But
Well,
the
what's
baby-
your theory on ghosts and shadow people?
Ghosts are okay. So I believe in spirits, and I think they can manifest themselves in different ways, and
Yeah.
ghosts being one of them. Because I've
Yeah.
definitely had my run-ins.
Well,
and
it's
seen.
just like just like when you're
But what was the other one? Shadow
Shadow
people.
people.
So is that like the hag that'll sit on your chest and cause body paralysis in the middle
That's
of the night?
when you glancing out the corner of your eyes and you think you see something.
and it's gone when you really look. Yeah,
It'd be like the fairies and elves and things that hide.
the
and,
gnomes
oh,
that come to
yeah.
life.
yeah, little things like
So I'll
that.
be watching a little bit of everything
yeah,
when
but
I go to
the whole point is you have all of these different spiritual experiences from different parts of the world. Like right now you go to eastern part of the United States, right? You have buildings there that have been there for 400 years.
Yeah.
This building was built in the 1600s. This building was built in 17, right? Over here, you know, the buildings aren't as old because the country spread west. So you have all the, like especially Boston. Boston
Yeah,
supposedly
they do a lot
has
of
some of the
ghost stories on Boston.
oldest buildings, and a bunch of them buildings are
Haunted.
allegedly,
Haunted.
rumor has it, that they're
I
haunted.
think the longer a building, especially a building that was for some kind of public access, the longer it's been around, the more people have died, and I think folklore can.
Oh no, that what was that? I can't think of the name of it, but it was a prison, and it's supposed to be like one of the,
Alcatraz was like that too.
well, they still but Alcatraz was like them ghosts are new. We talking on the East Coast.
What's the one where Al Capone? They said where Al Capone was
Rikers
at.
Island?
Riker.
He
Right,
was
no,
tormented by a ghost. Al Capone was tormented by a ghost in his cell, and they said that cell where he stayed is haunted,
It's haunted,
and you
yeah.
can still hear stuff. And I was like, okay.
And then,
I think any place where mass
rumor has it
death happens.
that the
I think it
White House is haunted.
Yeah, I heard that.
Hey, all them white folk, yeah.
Well, Biden
going
does
through
look
that
like,
bad boy. Don't tell him what kind of
Biden does
spirits they were bringing with
Biden
them.
does look like a spirit just naturally, but I'm talking about from before, because you're like, yeah, you go in this hallway and you see Abraham Lincoln walking down. No, I won't.
But and here's the
That
thing:
is
the thing
wrong.
about the White House is it's presidency. That means a whole lot of secrecy. You know, how many
Right.
people you think have been killed in that house
You
in
know,
them back rooms?
You know,
Yeah,
they have
never
one
hear about
secret
and you
to get
never
around.
hear about them.
And then you have a lot of actual churches and cathedrals that
The same way.
rumor has it they're haunted.
I
Well,
don't
you
like
know
any
what?
building.
I don't know about being haunted or whatnot, but I do know. We were sitting up in the choir stand,
And you saw
and it was a relative's funeral, right?
something.
We're sitting up in the choir stand. We just got done singing, and of course we're all a little emotional. And the person that had passed away,
Walk.
right there at the back door, and the doors are like there's glass in the door so you can see, but not all the way see.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked, and I thought, man, you are really, really tripping. But I heard gasp from my
Other people
other
were
people around, right?
So they saw something.
And after when we talked about it, it was like, did you see that? And I was like,
man.
okay, it wasn't just me. And it wasn't
See,
just
that's what-
so it
What
was
me up to
definitely a
it is
spirit.
when my sister passed, naturally I went up to the coffin and I kissed her, you know. And when we got back home and everything and everybody was ready to go to bed, we all went upstairs. You know, I'm in St. Louis, Missouri, big houses, you know. Everybody goes upstairs, there's about 8 or 10 of us up there. And then when I woke up that morning, I was the only one up there, and I told them that I felt somebody, you know, like that. But I'm thinking it's the powder or something from, you know, what the funeral parlor had did to her and stuff like that. But I had kissed her in my sleep right then. But I remember something, it was like I wanted to open my eyes and look, but I was too scared. So I just kept my eyes closed and I felt that little, you know, sensation right there. When I got up that morning, everybody in the house said, "Did you see her?" And I said, "No, I didn't see her." You know,
I know my eye.
but that
I
tells
felt
me that when we die, there has to be another realm that the spirit just chooses to go to and just starts living
Dude.
that life from
Dude,
there.
the Merchant's Cafe, we got to go downstairs and around there to the bathroom. It's haunted down there. Swanee's was haunted.
Paulette's house, that brick house over by
Oh,
Rainier,
Super Park.
by Super Park. Oh, that was haunted. Oh, the
Yeah,
devil
and
was.
it's so weird because you know you're sitting there and like the waitresses would tell you, it's like, yeah,
Things happen here
I
all
was
the time.
down there. No, she's like, no, I was down there and I was restocking, blah blah blah, and just doing bar stuff, and then she said, and I thought I heard something, and I turned around and I said, called the other waitress, is that you? And there was nobody there, and then I heard a door close. I'm like, well, see. First thing is,
That's when everything
you
just broke
stayed
up.
down there.
Yeah, I'm finna say, that's where everything just broke up. They me trying to get out of that.
Cliffy would have been up them stairs, boy, just like I was at the Merchants, because I thought something was
I
going
tell you
on.
what, I got one. We'll close it out with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Back in North Carolina, I was six years old, and that was my cousin Bobby, his sister Sharon, my sister, and my brother, my mother, and the other one's mother. We all lived in our grandparents' house, big house. So there was this red rocking chair that every day at around 4 o'clock, my grandmother would go and sit it in front of the TV. And she would always say, "That's Elbert's chair. Don't mess
Don't
with
nobody
it."
sit in it.
I said, "Yeah, right." So every day, without fail, some kind of way, all of a sudden, ain't nobody around it, that chair would start rocking on the TV program that was on. And after a half hour or so, it would stop.
That's one card too every now and then.
Like I said,
I'm through with you.
in New Orleans, same thing.
Where
There's
you
a
at, North
bunch of
Carolina?
folks.
Yeah, North Carolina. There's plenty of haunts in
I mean, no,
those-
where was you at?
Hey, wait a minute.
Asheville.
Asheville?
Speaking-
How far is that from
speaking-
Jacksonville?
Speaking of that, Did you sign up for the Camp Lejeune shit?
I didn't do it yet. I didn't do
You
it yet.
better do that because you was there between
I'm co-
55 and 84 or whatever it was.
Yeah, I know I'm supposed to sign up for
You
it.
should go ahead on and
Every
get
time I
you
think
some.
Camp Lejeune, I think about that girl I met.
I was wondering
I
why.
met two different girls.
I was wondering
One
why.
was a man.
Was it that one? One was a
And
man,
one was a man.
and the other one.
And the other one wrote me a letter that said do's, does, and dats in it.
Okay.
And
Well,
I went
she
to her
had
house.
problems.
I went because she was cute enough. I went to visit her, and they lived in a house that looked like a slave shack with cardboard windows and everything like that. I had to tell the cab driver to take me back to the base.
Okay. Well, anyway,
But the girl,
we
the girl was fine, man.
The girl was a man.
I wouldn't even have known that she was a man if the guy hadn't been laughing at me.
But wait,
They were laughing at me, man.
well, of course
I'm
they
dancing.
were.
I'm dancing.
Of course they were.
I'm dancing and
Cause
doing that
they
blue
knew.
light dance. I'm doing the blue light
Because
dance.
they knew.
And I looked over at them and they were just laughing and spilling shit and
Well, of
stuff.
course.
And I said,
Anyway,
"What's going on?"
wait. We have to save this story because we're out of time.
Oh.
We only will have a certain amount of time.
Well, I don't want
that
to tell
we want
nobody
to-
I was dancing with one of them transsexuals.
Well, you done told everybody anyway. You done told the whole world because it's now it's on that interweb thing. But anyway,
everything.
of course, a lot of them do. But anyway, the thing is, it's time for us to wrap up the show.
Yeah, let's wrap this up.
And David.
Yeah,
tell them.
y'all have a good time in the in between, and we'll hopefully see you next time for another episode of Old Black Men Conversation.
There you go.
Peace and out.
Yeah.
And forever.
Goodbye for now, and we'll see you later. And thank you to our special guest, Mr. Jake Walker.
There is life after 50.
It is life
So
after
try to
50.
live long, man.
Thank
Be
you.
safe out there.
Thank you. We're out.
Yeah, we are.